In 19th century France, beneath a gray sky, a man walked alone. His clothes were worn, his shoulders heavy with the weight of the years. His name was Jean Valjean. Once a simple peasant, he had stolen a loaf of bread to feed his starving niece. That small crime cost him 19 years of hard labor, chained, broken, crushed beneath the law. When he was finally released, he thought he was free. But the truth was cruel. The yellow passport in his hand screamed to the world that he was a convict. Doors slammed in his face. No one offered food. In the silence of fate, stumbling through cold streets, a door opened. That of an old bishop, Monseigneur Myriel, who welcomed him with warm food and a bed. That night, while everyone slept, Valjean wrestled with his darkness and lost. He stole the bishop's silver and ran. The next morning, the police brought him back, caught in the act. Valjean thought it was over, but the bishop did something no one expected. He smiled and said, "I gave him that silver, and you forgot to take the candlesticks too." In that moment, Valjean's world stood still. That act of forgiveness broke something inside him. And something new was born. The criminal was gone. Jean Valjean would now be a man of God. Years later, in a small French town, a man named Monsieur Madeleine became the town's beloved mayor, wealthy, generous, a factory owner. It was Valjean, reborn with a new identity. But his conscience never slept. One day he met a broken woman, Fantine. Once innocent, she had been deceived, forced to give up her daughter Cosette to strangers, and had fallen into poverty. She sold her hair, her teeth, even her body, just to keep her child alive. Valjean helped her, but it was too late. Fantine died with one final wish in her eyes. "My daughter, protect her." Valjean took that vow to heart. He found Cosette, a small girl, carrying a bucket through the mud, dressed in rags, her eyes filled with fear. She had been turned into a servant by the greedy Thénardier. Valjean rescued her, and together they fled to Paris. They became father and daughter. They hid. They held on to each other. Years passed. Cosette blossomed into a graceful young woman. Valjean loved her as if she were truly his own, but the heart cannot be commanded. One day in a quiet park, Cosette met the eyes of a young man, Marius Pontmercy, a revolutionary law student. Love bloomed in a single glance, and it grew. Meanwhile, Valjean's past was catching up. Inspector Javert, the relentless face of the law, was still chasing him. Cold, unbending, fanatical, Javert had learned Valjean's identity. The final confrontation was near. Paris, 1832. The city rose. The barricades went up. Marius and his comrades fought for liberty, risking everything. Valjean joined the fight, not for revolution, but to protect the man his daughter loved. And there, on the barricades, he came face to face with Javert. But Valjean didn't kill him. He let him go. And in that moment, the hardest heart cracked. Javert couldn't accept mercy from a man he believed to be a criminal. Everything he believed in shattered. That night, on the edge of a dark river, Javert stepped into the silence and never came back. Valjean carried the wounded Marius through the sewers of Paris. Step by step, through darkness and filth, he walked farther from his past, and in the end, he saved the young man's life. Marius and Cosette married, but Valjean, not wanting his shadow to taint their happiness, withdrew. Alone in a quiet room, he sat beneath the light of silver candlesticks, watching memories flicker in silence. Then one day, Cosette and Marius learned the truth. They ran to him with love. Valjean's face lit up. In his final breath, he placed his hand in Cosette's. "My only treasure was to have loved you." The light faded slowly. A grave, a quiet stone, and a simple line. "Here lies a man who was good." Let me know if you'd like this recorded in a dramatic or soothing voice, or split into sections for a podcast or audiobook production.